I thought if I gave away the pieces of me that I thought you wanted, that you'd turn them into food and feast on the feeling of being loved. I thought if I laid my body bare on your couch, on your floor, on your table at your disposal, that you would see that I was offering you all of me. I thought that if I didn't ask, if I were politely coy, that you might choose me in amongst the plethora of opportunity. I thought that if I could make you happy, if I could make you happy, you might not turn away. I thought that I could find myself in the reflection of love from another, battling desperately with a force that wasn't my own, giving away the goodness just to feel the dim glow of another's attention, but for a fleeting moment. But now I know none of this will ever be.
When men are required to go into battle. It's not always pretty, it's not always heroic, but the consequences always affect more than just the person it happens to. Here's a rather thoughtful poem on a subject I hold dear about what my brothers and I went through, our battle with death and fear. Would we come back as before, or return changed in some way? The answer different for each man. Will I get mine some day? You never are the same as before. When you go off to war, when you go off to war. A dashing lad, handsome and brave, with an impish, saucy grin, marched to fight his homestone to save, and find some glory to win. We'll be back before you know it, laden with medals galore, and perhaps with a tiny bit of extras, the spoils of war. How stunning a figure he cut in his brand new uniform. He left just a memory, but it was with a girl so warm. Every letter that she received, oh, she held close to her heart. Her replies, not meant to deceive, had withheld a vital part. She did not want him to worry about her delicate state. To home she wished he would hurry. She feared each night for his fate. The fighting did not end that fall, in spite of his youthful boast. Then no letters came at all. She could only fear the worst. Then came an official notice. It said he was coming home, due to injuries sustained in defense of the home stone. When he arrived, she saw his eyes dulled by the rigors of war, and his impish grin cleft in twain by a jagged purple scar. But worst of all was his head. The blunt wound was roughly healed. Unseen, he had been left for dead, lying on the battlefield. The blow's force his memory erased, his higher thinking obscured. The doc had sewn him up in haste, unconvinced he could be cured. He looked at her with politeness, no hint of recognition. How she wished she could be heartless and be an imposition. Days, then months, then years passed away. No change in his condition. A habit developed each day at the Red Cast Pavilion. At taps, as the flag was hauled down, he'd come to stiff attention and gaze along the road to town, never failing to mention, "Look, the boys sure march good today." His eyes on the empty street. "Lines just as straight as yesterday when we gave them a defeat." "Come on, Dad. I'll walk you back home," said the young man at his side. "Mom told me, make sure you don't roam. You sometimes get scared and hide. Mom loves you still, just as you are. She got you back, nothing more. But you'll never be the same as before when you came back from war, from war, when you came back from war."